growth hacking as a word came first.
Yeah.
Growth marketing is a newer word.
Yeah.
I don't know why it is a newer word. I think it's just people's over abused growth hacking.
Yeah.
Hence they
I mean,
just said,
hacking has
okay,
a
I'm
wrong
marketer.
connotation also, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Also, I'll just tell you the realistic terms. So what happened is growth hackers came into existence because of simple reason that, hey, companies in the early stages have lesser money.
Mm-hmm.
Hence they wanted someone who has that jugadu mindset with a multiple skill, so that I'm not hiring a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And I'm using less funds to achieve the larger
Yeah.
targets or something like that.
Yeah.
That was the only reason. That's why. And generalists are hard to find. Like,
Yeah.
it's super hard to find a generalist. It's not that easy if people think.
Yeah. I mean, people try to get consultants and all for this particular reason, right?
Correct. Exactly. The only difference is a consultant is very good on theory. Like, there are very, very few consultants who you will pay more, obviously, who have that practical expertise. They come from a certain industry. Like, for an example, let's say if you have to get a crypto consultant,
Yeah.
there are not a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, there are only specialist people.
Yeah.
And the age bracket is lesser. So you will not get a 40-year person because unka time is different. He has not understood
Industry
crypto.
बहुत नहीं है ना?
Exactly. So that's how the context changes there. So the growth hacking came first in India.
Yeah.
And startups like MPL, Dream11 started hiring for these folks and started grooming up.
Yeah.
And then I think eventually the leaders found out that, okay, the designation is very tricky. Like, I can't put growth hacking executive, senior growth hacker. It doesn't work that way. Hence, growth marketer became very easy, because what happens in company, the department is called marketing.
Yeah.
So then it's easy for me. Growth marketing executive, senior growth marketing. Then you eventually make them a CMO.
Yeah.
So that's why it came into existence, and that's how it has shaped up.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
But there are still very few companies who have a decided growth path or career path for growth hackers. Otherwise, you will see people just coming, living in 2 years.
Exactly. Since you mentioned, right? Like, I mean, it's only relevant till Series A, Series B.
Exactly.
What after that? What happens after that?
You convert yourself into marketing designation. That's all.
Okay.
That's all.
And
So
only,
you don't vanish. Like,
okay.
you
No, of course.
are still there.
But then, I mean, like, if you are passionate about growth marketing, that's when, like, these people leave, right?
Correct.
Like after 2 years or something.
Correct. What I have seen is, okay, let's say if I'm head of growth right now, I can be head of marketing next.
Yeah.
My job is still the same. I may be a slightly better head of marketer, because a normal head of marketer comes from a different understanding that, okay, they can operate with a certain budget. Let's say I have the skill to operate at a lesser budget also.
Yeah.
So it just changes. Nothing else changes. Everything else remains the same. That's all.
So how do you do that? Like, I mean, like, say lesser budget, and like, what is your strategy like? Like, just basic.
So in growth, there are 3 terms that is understood. There are a lot of other frameworks also. So let me just put the 3 terms. One is called a hack, which is basically that you do that particular thing for one time and it worked.
Okay.
Not necessarily if you repeat, it will work also.
Yeah.
Let's say, for an example, you are writing a LinkedIn post. You wrote a certain kind of a hook line using a certain kind of a smiley or an emoticon. It worked once.
Yeah.
Zaruri nahi hai that if you repeat it will work. So that's a hack. But there is something called loop.
Okay.
If you know that writing a hook in the first sentence works, you will repeat the hook. That's a loop.
Okay.
Then you know, okay, my content writing format of LinkedIn is that I have to write a hook first, and then comes, and then a CTA is there at the end. So then
like
you have a
build
format.
a structure, like a formula.
Exactly. This is not the kind of text you will write on an Instagram.
Yeah.
You don't need to. This is not the kind of style that you will write on YouTube. On YouTube, a model will be different. That there is thumbnail.
Yeah.
And in thumbnail, I can't put a lot of keyword stuffing.
Yeah.
So I will write 3 to 4 words ka clickbaity
Yeah.
words. The colors I will use is different.
Yeah.
So these are the kind of hacks you understand for one product. And then if you figure out that it works every time, you create a methodology where if you are not there, it scales.
Yeah.
For an example, in any app,
automated, right? Like,
exactly.
Basically.
So in every app you check, there is something called referral systems. That as simple as on Cred, if you refer to someone, they give you 500 rupees or 300 rupees.
Yeah.
And everyone who has figured out their own way. Like Oyo might be giving you some discounts on your next purchase or something
Yeah.
like that. That is a loop.
Hmm.
That okay, theek hai, I can increase my installs there. There's a particular benefit out of that loop. If the person is sleeping also, that loop works.
Yeah.
That's a basically a loop. And there are multiple types of loop. You can build referral systems, you can build leaderboards are basically on cult, let's say.
Yeah.
And this is where the psychology comes into place. That let's say if I have to tell you, let's say you did 10 push-ups,
Yeah.
and I wrote a copy that, hey Rakshit, you did 10 push-ups today.
Yeah.
Your intent to share that particular screenshot, keep it in A. Okay.
Yeah.
Versus I wrote, hey Rakshit, you did 10 push-ups. Do you know no one was able to complete this in your area?
Wow.
So the intent to
Yeah.
share this is extremely high,
Yeah.
because the trigger, there is something called nudge in the psychological theories. The nudge here is not Rakshit doing 10 push-ups. The nudge
You
here
were
is
not. Yeah. You were
exactly,
the. Yeah.
you are the only one who did
You're
it.
the only one. Yeah.
This is where the hacks and psychological triggers and nudges come into place, and you can keep on implementing around the product.